Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the London session stream. Man, all right, so gold is starting to move up right now. I was kind of hoping for a sell continuation. I did take like a quick little impulsive sell over here. Basically zero drawdown. I just wanted a quick little trade. I thought, price could keep moving down with a small little fakey situation that happened right over here. So super tight on the management as well, straight to break even as soon as I started seeing like this 1 minute candlestick close a little bit more bullish. Didn't want to mess around too much with this position, but yeah, it was mainly based off like, a little bit of a fake out situation over here, break of these lows, and I was anticipating that on the higher time frame, price would continue to push down since the Asia session's been moving down over here, and it's like Freaky Friday. So I thought like for Freaky Friday, also giving in mind that we created previous daily resistance all the way up over here, that Freaky Friday we could already start to see price just completely tank. So that's what I was kind of anticipating here. So it's kind of unfortunate that it's breaking below this area and not giving a follow through, because I thought like coming onto stream here we'd already see this whole zone get broken and then price be already in a distribution. But it seems like that has now become a small little fake out situation, and price is doing a swing entry model to the upside here with the London Open. So you just broke above these highs. Oh, can't hear? Oh, sorry, my bad. Thank you for letting me know, Anna. Yeah, so what am I saying is we got a buy situation right over here. There's already a swing entry model that's currently in play right now, that's distributing quite nicely to the upside. Yeah, but man, I wish we were getting this volume to the opposite direction, because right now the daily is down 0.17%. it's still bearish, and you still got some SMAs over here still holding that candlestick down. I think the sells would have been like pretty straightforward, because right now as it's pulling back up, it could just be buying time, because the thing is like we got Powell speaking. Oh, we got even Trump speaking today. Oh, we have orange folder Trump speaking and red folder Powell is speaking. Holy, okay. Yeah, so the way gold is moving right now, there's a bit of volume in there, but since we have these pretty important talks coming in, I would not be surprised to see it like hold a certain range. You see that? That's why I'm saying that daily is not yet trending. It's not trending. I think the market is kind of like holding off. It's holding off for these things, these fundamentals. So we got Powell speaking about 2 hours into the New York session time. That's when Powell's going to be speaking over here. So we can definitely expect some fireworks today. Okay, let's see. Markets brace for Powell's speech. Oh, kind of looks like my chart. This kind of looks like my chart. Where's that picture? Well, let's see anyway. Global markets are trending carefully as investors turn their focus to Federal Chair Powell's upcoming speech. Precious metals like gold and silver slipped as traders adjust positions ahead of the potential policy signals. Oil prices, on the other hand, continue to rally, supported by supply concerns and renewed optimism over global demand. Let's see. Powell's remarks are expected to provide fresh insight into the Fed's outlook on inflation, interest rates, and overall monetary policy direction. All right, so let's see. With economic data, we're showing mixed signals. Investors are bracing for clarity on whether the Fed will lean toward maintaining restrictive policies or signal a shift in its stance. Yeah, we got even like people like Goldman Sachs thinking we're going to get 3 rate cuts by the end of the year. So that's basically a rate cut every FOMC. Because we got this current FOMC probabilities still, I believe, still sitting at about 80%. Nothing should. Oh, it's gone down 73.3%. easing. It's losing probability of easing, but it's still pretty high, 73.3%. And then we got September, October, December. So if everything goes according to plan, then they should be getting, I guess, 1, 2, 3 rate cuts here. But probably you gotta break them down to like 25, 25, 25 basis point cuts instead of like 50. But if we don't get it in September, maybe we can get a 50 in either October or December, something like that, I suppose. We just gotta wait and see what the data is when it comes out. Because right now, there's a lot of like speculation, but we do expect rate cuts to come in and gold to skyrocket up. So it's quite interesting that also if you look at gold, the daily is like not yet moving too much to the upside unless you consider this candlestick here as positioning already. That's a 393 pip candle on the daily. So you can assume that this like institutional buying that made this ginormous candle over here, you know, so it could be the first pricing in, or maybe they've been doing it for a long time, you know, who knows. But for us retail traders, we have not yet seen that movement to the upside yet. Price is still moving downwards, so we don't have too much conviction here of where the market's going to be heading. So, or what we think, you know, is going to happen in the near term. This is like a medium to long term analysis for gold to continue moving up towards like 3,500. You know, so we still have to wait for structure. You know, institutional players, bigger players could already be in their positions. Even throughout this whole range, they could have already been in their positions. But definitely not seeing that conviction yet. The candlesticks are not showing us that rally. Right now, what it is showing us though is bearish PA for the most part. Retracing, creating new lower lows, still coming down. There's still a nice range over here, but you know, like 364 pips down towards that daily support. So it's just kind of trading trade what you see, not what you feel, right? But yeah, right now we got beautiful little shotgun entry, maybe even just a swing entry model over here. Nice little SMA confluence. These sells would not look good for sells on the HTF because you would be selling into like a kind of like a support zone. You see, like price came into that support area right here. So definitely not a very nice sell unless you're taking off the 1 minute expecting some kind of volume to play out, but it's pretty clear that did not follow through. Instead, what happened? Correction of this move, of this range. It's about like, you know, 22 pips. 22 pip range, started to break above this next area over here. How much is the push? Like 16.5 pips. You have like 29, 30 pips to fill. So I'm pretty sure that just hit like a 65% zone. Right here, from here to here. Oh, so close. So close. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the sub, Jason. Appreciate it. Nice to see Woods J in the chat. Cowboy Doctor, FX Brainiac, Nani. What's up, guys? Ricardo, Anna. Good morning. See, shotgun entry. Aim for support below. SL to BE 16 pips. Freaky Friday first trade. Dubs. Really nice. What is this? Sell below support. Expecting price to continue moving down. Let's see. Gold. Freaky Friday bagger gold new hourly open. Volume at 7 a.m. Oh, damn. Everybody cut this. Got a couple people here cut this. Same move. SMA confidence, no range below to trade. It was a break to continue with daily bias. That's exactly what I thought, man. Like, this is what I thought we would be seeing today. Just more sell-offs. Hello, guys. What's up, Hatman? How you doing, Hatman? What's good? Let's see. This is a 1 minute console break setup. What do you do in this position? Just hold until TP or how, because sometimes consolidation means reversal. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're already in it, just manage your risk. You know, the worst thing that you can do is try and outsmart the market by trying to take the opposite trade. So like if it breaks those highs and you think like it's gonna be a buy now, if you're already in this trade, just see it through. Reduce your risk over here above its structure that's been formed. And yeah, at that point, that's all you can do. And just wait. It just means like, you know, like all these trades, not all the trades are gonna be the same. So definitely you gotta get some trades. This was actually a really nice push on the get-go. But you gotta have some trades which just give you a much harder time. So they test your patience. They really test your patience. But you know, a trade is a trade. Like I think we had that same thing happen to us yesterday when we took a buy. You know, like some trades are just gonna test your patience. You know, it took a buy over here and, you know, price consolidated for a while and then eventually it played out. Eventually, it bomba-clodded. But you just have to be okay with those trades that take a while. And, you know, the next trade that I took here, this one didn't even take a while. This one just went through. So yeah, I think this is what just happened to you. Just caught in chop, so you can like reduce. You can reduce your risk. You taking end trade today? Yeah, I was hoping to, but Goldie here is moving back up. I wanted to take sell continuations. We assume that the break of this wick will distribute. Yeah. But it still played out nicely over there. I think that's what you could do next time. Just look at how you can reduce risk if it's taking too long. Oh, thank you for this analysis here, Ricardo. We got some nice fundamental work here. All right, so yeah, I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. Like, where's the daily open? Okay, so that's the daily open. We're not too far off daily open right now. Just about 47 pips towards daily open. Maybe we can flip, and for Freaky Friday, that daily can move up. Let's see on the weekly. Oh, we're gonna get the weekly flip. Let's see. Is that weekly flipping with the daily? No, we're just about to flip on the weekly if we come back above these highs. And then possibly see the daily flip. And then maybe see price go up, you know, because like we actually want to see gold move up. We want to see gold move up, but it's just been moving down. That's the thing. I overtrade, I mess my profit in my trade. Oh, it BE now? Overtrade on a Friday. Yeah, let's see. Now it's 0.10%. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Maybe daily flips and change. I don't want to rush a trade, you see, because like if I just rush a trade, there I don't know what direction that the market really wants to go at this point. Because just a moment ago, we were almost at 0.40% on the daily. Now we're about to flip. Weekly is about to flip. We might get that weekly volume come in as it flips into the daily open. Beautiful Asia dump though. Really nice Asia session. I guess the pre-London was not as appetizing today. Most of the move happened during the Asia, and then price kind of consolidated here towards the bottom. And now we're getting a change of character of price. One of your viewers is a mod in another stream. When I went in, they vouched that I was a good egg. Oh, another benefit of VIX, Wicks, and dips. No whips, straight pips. Oh, nice. Let's see. Just for the day, $14. Looking for possible reversal from... This is 33.35. 33.35.23. Okay, so we're already coming towards resistance. Let's see on the 15. Okay. 30-minute resistance. Hourly resistance. Sheesh, what a liquidity grab though. Because like this was a trade. I was like really looking at this and saying, you know, there's a pretty good chance here that we're just gonna melt into the pre-New York. But this, let's see how much did this actually even do. But let's see if I here. Okay, push about what, like 13 pips. Would be expecting a lot more from that. All right, let's see. Daily flip. Can we get the daily flip? As of right now, like the market is not ranging. It just moved down during the Asia and it's moved up for London Open. So no consolidation, but a lot of like mixed signals, I can say. Yeah, definitely like a mixed signal. We could have been going to at least, yeah, exactly. Price was headed for yesterday's lows. We could have at least taken out, but look at how structure is so well respected. Even on yesterday's lows, we didn't take out yesterday's lows. Just by 33.25 over there. Still respected it. Hey, Ellie, thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah, we still got yesterday's lows. Still respected yesterday's lows. How much room do we got here? It's about like 95 pips towards daily support. Maybe we could still come back and take it. You know, the thing is like, the thing is I'm getting mixed signals because, you know, we also have to consider how the higher time frames operate. You know, on the lower time frames, it's very easy for you to change your bias. Like, you just have to be careful because you're gonna see like these little pull-ups like this. It could just be the HTF pulling up. So you might think, oh, now we're going to be bullish. And then the candlestick continues to come down. Then you're like, damn, okay, so now we're going to be bearish. And it's just a fluctuation of these candles. Just like on the 5-minute time frame, how they fluctuate. You know, like this. So it's like the same thing. So that's why I'm still waiting for some kind of directional bias over here now. Because it could have just been retracing, again, to push down like this. But on the intraday time frames, man, amazing. Very nice trades. No, that's why for me, I love trading the intraday time frames and not the higher time frames. Because the higher time frames, you know, you kind of sit in positions for way too long. Just waiting for daily candles to get through. Intraday time frames, you could get these really beautiful bomber clot trades over here. So that already, from that swing entry model, that already pushed up quite nice. Yeah, stop loss below here. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice little, I guess, 60 pip move. I don't know if anybody caught this, but definitely, you know, it was an inception. I think the only way that you could have looked at this trade as a trade that could play out like this is mainly due to the time, you know. But if you're trying to catch these buys, let's say in a situation like this is like Asia pre-London, there's a higher chance you get stopped out, correct? But if you're looking for a reversal by London Open, there's a higher chance that it actually plays out if price has been coming down. I think that's really important. Didn't catch all of it. Oh, nice. But you at least somehow got stuck in, I guess. But a nice little 8 SMA here too. Holding it up. Yeah, I would say timing is important. You know, timing is super important. That's why, like, even yesterday, the way we're able to avoid all of this noise was just to come in during the next time that we expect volume to be coming in. And I had a really nice video on this. Unfortunately, it got taken down. But we simulated this sort of breakout scenario using the New York Open. Or how these breakouts typically can happen like pre-NY to NY Open. Like similar situation like this, where price massively consolidates, then pre-NY, NY Open, it breaks. Really nice simulation that we did. Maybe we're going to do another one. Vic, you need to get Hype Trains FX. Oh, what is that? Let's say I almost got the dip, but I didn't took it and then took the bad trade. Oh, you took the bad trade that canceled your profit. This is why I don't like back-to-back trades. You know, this exact reason I don't like back-to-back trades. Like, I will rarely, almost never send signal back-to-back. Like where it's like, and sometimes I do contemplate, usually when I think it's really good, but I don't like those types of trades. So if I take one trade, I gotta give myself space until the next trade, until the next trade, until the next trade. But man, sometimes you just feel like, oh man, you know, I took this first loss and maybe now this was the real direction. You get in those situations. But the worst thing is if you take a loss, because you know, the number one thing you gotta do is protect your psychology. So if you're going to take a back-to-back trade and you take a loss, just be prepared for what that's going to do to the rest of your day. You know, you're probably going to be trading on tilt and feel like you've just used too much shots in a small period of time. You know, like, trust me, you can take like a buy or a sell here, and then you take another trade somewhere else and then somewhere else. So much better than doing it all in one spot. Because maybe, you know, sometimes these spots here, they could just be like no winning zones. So if your first trade lost, there's a reason that it lost. You know, it's probably a good idea not to be involved in that area anymore. And then like spread it out here and here. Trust me, you're gonna thank me for this. You're gonna thank me for this later. You're gonna thank me for this later. Especially if you wanna, like, you know, take 1 to 2 trades per day. Taking 1 or 2 trades per day, it's really nice to give it time. Oh, we got buy. You got the break of the highs. Man, that volume really came through for you on the second range as well. There's a small little range there on the left hand side. Man, imagine you caught this one though, right here. That would have been good. But I guess now this is kind of showing you something. But yeah, you know, it's not like we've never done this before. We've done this before in stream where like price, sometimes, you know, we start the session late, so we don't catch this move. And then we usually come when price is still moving up and people think like price is still overextended. And then you can still take the buy. We've taken these trades before. And then they still play out. Because, you know, it's like if the market's moving in that direction, then it's a pretty good sign. So that's the range that, the second range that now it's filled up. It's finally hit at the top. Looks like what happened here, in fact, it came to retest your entry. It came to retest your entry and then completely fill up the range. Because that was the target, right? The target was 33, 35 over here. So, you know, at this point, there's a higher chance if it comes down like this that it will just push a little bit further in. Or rather, let's say it becomes a bit riskier. Oh, can I download your spreadsheet? Yeah, I just got a request for it. Then I have to give you permission. So just send in a request and I'll do it later. Next trade was 60 pips away, so I lost my patience because I was going on that reversal from the bottom, and the next trade was, oh, you lost your patience. That missed by the target by 2 pips. I can put on TradingView explaining, but it's not TFX concept, so I was so annoyed that didn't even see the shotgun play after I missed my first entry. Hey man, patience is king. Like, you know, the thing is, like, if you lose your patience, the market probably has you where it wants you. You know, because it's usually after you lose your patience that it shows you the move, right? And we've seen that happen. How many times have we seen that happen? Yeah, okay, Magic Trade. I'm gonna have to block you now. You should be ashamed of yourself to come here and promote another channel. Shame on you. I'm going to ban you here now. Why don't you go and do that somewhere else? Was in a breakout play on the 15-minute, expecting price to move down, and got stopped out as price reversed. Oh, high time frame liquidity grab. Yeah, I'm gonna wait over here. I think I'm just gonna sit on my hands for a bit, because we might still see that continuation. You know, price, just as fast as it went upwards, it could still come downwards. Like, look at this. This all happened here in like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. You know, that's all it took, 25 minutes. So in the next 30-minute candle, we can see price mirror this previous move up. And then that could become like some kind of like a liquidity grab over here for price to continue moving down. Well, we gotta have to see what happens. That's what I mean with the market. Like, you lose your patience. And the moment you lose your patience, you're gonna see all the moves that you wanted, all the volume that you wanted come in. You know, the moment you lose your patience, that's when your trades are coming in. Yeah, market got... Let's see over here. Hey, Hanzo. All right, I sent you the access. So you just have to make a copy of it and then you can use it. Let's see what happens here now. Price can start moving down towards 33.26 because it is breaking level of support right now. It looks like a small little shotgun play actually. See how tight that stop is? Oh, nice. 16 pips. Nice little 16 pip stop on this. I do hope that gold doesn't just range. You know, we've had days like this where you're just getting these kind of trades back to back. And then it's just ranging within here. But it's not planning on moving anywhere. It's just forming the highs and the lows. And then it's going to start moving sideways in between this zone here. And that's like 95 pips. Very tricky zone is coming too. I can reverse from there. But if once it can go up. Oh, this, yeah, I mean... This on the left-hand side, you know, I'm not even looking at any of this structure over here. In case if that's something that you might be considering. I'm not even looking at that structure. I'm just looking at even what's just currently happening here. Like this. And man, price is just bouncing. Boom, boom. Let's see. When did that first shotgun even happen? This was a little later on. That was not exactly the London Open. That was like 10 minutes before London Open. Let's see how low can you go. Got 35 more pips down towards support. You know, something about these sellers, I'm kind of like on team red for the day. Today, I'm kind of on team red. I haven't seen too many buys, to be honest. If you look at the overall PA over here, it's been predominantly bearish. Like, there's a lot more red than there is green. And the green just seems like the first retracement since the whole day. Basically, that was the first time that price actually had some kind of a significant move upwards from the buyers today. Imagine that, chat. Like the whole day up till now, Nothing. Until this. Until that move. Then you see the sellers coming in. So it's like there's actually supposed to be a higher probability that the sellers get this runner. This running position here. Because you're still in line with that daily candle. Daily candlestick is still red. Do you trade NQ also? No, I don't trade NQ. But man, these concepts you can use on all markets. You can use on NQ, whatever it is that you trade. As long as markets are always moving up, down, and sideways, then you know you're in the right place. What's this train horn? Oh, these are like some soundboard effects. Train horn. Nice. Wait, which one sounds better? Train horn sounds a bit annoying though. A classic steam locomotive horn. Wait, what do we got? Oh no, we got air horn. Ooh, this is coming down real smooth. This is a real buttery. These two trades were real buttery trades. Very nice. I say it's tricky because of Fibbo and touch of 15/30 minutes. So SMA 8. Okay, it's Fibbo. Oh yeah, because new higher high, so Fibonacci retracement. And you got 15, and you got SMAs against the position. 15, 30 minute. I guess with the 15 and 30, because they're a little bit further away, so that's kind of good. Like from the, I guess from the sellers up over here, if it was a shotgun play. Yeah, up until at least that point. But yeah, this SMAs thing, man, you're just gonna come here and hide the SMAs if they're just not helping your psychology, you know, because we're definitely gonna have reactions. That's the thing. If you got too many indicators on the chart, even if you use pivot points or something of the sort, like you're gonna have your reactions. You're gonna most likely see those reactions, and it's also partly due to the fact that markets just don't move in one straight line all the time. You know, before markets move, they're gradually moving like this. So there's a pretty high chance that it will have a reaction off of something, you know, and then continue to move, and then maybe have another reaction off of something. So if you're not careful with the indicators, definitely it can mess with your psychology and make you close positions a lot sooner. But you see, it's still for me, I find that, man, the 50 and the 8 are just beautiful. They work amazing, like as far as indicators go. Because I never really wanted to use indicators when I started a trade. I focus on price, you know, candlesticks. But then there's something about these SMAs which just stayed with my trading. Our about to flip looks like a sweet grab. Yeah, oh yeah, the hourly looks delicious. Man, this is what I mean. Like the daily has not yet done anything. It's yet to show us the direction. So man, if this hourly flips, it could just have been a retracement, correct? Like just a small little retracement liquidity grab. For the buyers, just like sweep up the buyers before price moves down. Because you know, it should have already moved down. Look at how close we were to the previous daily lows. We were about, let's calculate this in pips, about 4.5 pips to breaking it. 4.5 pips to breaking the previous daily lows. Got a nice little accumulation break there on pre-London. And then you see what it did? There's a bit of a shock in the water here. It did liquidity grab to the lows, and it did liquidity grab to the highs. So it's whiplashing, and that's what I mean. Like best case scenario, we flip, we re-break the hourly lows, wick fill, and then continue to push down. Then we'll be like, okay, that was just a liquidity grab, and price can move down. But if it doesn't, then obviously if we can't get through the previous daily lows, we're gonna range, guys. We're gonna hold this area up until probably till Powell speaks. Because you know we got Powell speaking today, so that's gonna be quite important. That's gonna really affect the market over here. See, markets brace for Powell's speech. Gold, silver, slip. and you don't know why it's slipping. It could be slipping to price in some buys, or it could be slipping to continue selling off based on what could be coming out later. So man, you gotta be really cautious. Okay, so Fed officials lukewarm on September rate cut as markets await Powell's speech. Lukewarm. Yeah, let's see. Fed meeting minutes will expose dissent. Powell's keynote speech could signal pivot experts. Let's see. United States and around the world are anxiously awaiting resumption of Federal Reserve rate cut cycle. Meh. Someone commented meh. Brother, please tell me whether gold will be sold or not. Dear old, gold will go down very soon. Just wait. Here goes the FOMC roller coaster. Look at people asking where to set their TP. You see these behaviors? Man, this lemming behaviors? Do you still see it even on Forex Factory, man? Look at this. Guys on Forex Factory asking where I set my TP on sell. Anyone can tell me. Insane. USD to the shithole. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Imagine waiting for a response from somebody to tell you where to put your take profit. You know, it's the same way as asking like a question that you can Google. Like you can Google and get your answer immediately. But man, sometimes people, it's amazing, man. It's honestly crazy. Because I've never seen myself even ask that. Even as a beginner, I never asked such dumb shit questions. Like, how do you take a buy and not know where your take profit or your stop loss is? Put a random price in? Man, it is insane. He didn't even give his entry, bro. He didn't say where his entry was. He didn't say anything. Wait, let me actually... Now this is quite interesting, man. The psychology here. We should study this in university. This kind of psychology. He hasn't given an entry. He hasn't given anything. I'm assuming he's talking about gold. Because, you know, like, I'm assuming it's talking about gold. But he could be talking about silver. You don't know, you know, like these events don't only affect gold. It also can affect other things. A bunch of other things, of course. Yeah, man, no TP, no entry, nothing, no instrument. This is who you're going up against. When they tell you majority of people fail in trading, this is who you're going up against. So don't let the statistics scare you too much. Buddha, thank you. Hey, yo, I'm late. Welcome, welcome. A lot of people are going to breach their fundeds today. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, definitely. Especially, you know, right now the market is moving with a lot of volume. So it's still quite nice. But later on, we assume that the market's going to start... it's gonna start, what do you call it, like consolidating. But look at this, nice, we're down 0.30%. Look at that, like from 0.10 we're already down 0.30. So we just need this previous daily lows here to get broken off. Hey, we got Tall Trader in the chat. Let's finish the week strong. Yeah, at least protect, if anything, just protect whatever you've made this week, you know, just protect your capital. or if you're in drawdown, then you can look to mitigate that drawdown more than getting some kind of like crazy profit. But yeah, Freaky Friday off to a good start. Look at this nice little swings that we have from London Open, like swing up, swing down. Man, I hope I don't get distracted. You know, it's a funny thing. Like the setups always come even sometimes when you need to do something. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like you're so free for such a long time. Moment you have to do something, then the market gives you a setup. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen here today, because I got a plumber who needs to come through. All right, Goldie. Okay. So now we're starting to get this movement that I want to see. Let me bring this here. Okay, this is what we were waiting for. This is what we were waiting for. It looks like it was a higher time frame move up to take out the sellers. Man, what a nice swing though. Really nice swings. Can we get it on the break? No, still gotta wait for some structure. Hopefully we get the entry model in line with the new Xauusd. The Xauusd first opens, creates Xauusd highs, and then pushes down. Because I do have a more bearish bias for this session. I am definitely expecting more sells if anything. You see the range here has been completely mopped up, so really nice. You got range 1 from here to here, and you got range 2 from up here to down here. So you got this area, and you got this area. Boom. Bank holiday on Monday. Oh, you're still trading? Let me see. We got bank holiday. What bank holiday? Oh, this is the pound bank holiday. Yeah, I'm still gonna be trading. I'm still gonna be trading. Five minutes should be closing soon. I'm still gonna be trading. I'm gonna be in bed on Sunday evening, waiting to trade Monday morning. And be like, oh yeah, we're gonna trade tomorrow. I mean, you know, GJ Bank. I mean, if you're trading GJ, then this is something that could affect markets. You know, of course, if you see something like pound yen stock consolidate, it could affect markets. Maybe it could affect the pre-London, but as long as the markets are moving and it doesn't look too crazy, then I'm definitely going to be looking forward to it. As long as the markets are not chopping up. I'm up 3% for today now, but still 2% down overall this week. Not bad, not bad. Very good. You're still doing a lot better than majority people. Like, imagine if there was a leaderboard, right? You would still be a pretty nice position over there. A world leaderboard of traders. See, today 2.86%. Ricardo's up 2.86. Man, just slaughtering markets. What is that? 59.70 for the month? Nasty. Nasty like the previous trades that we've been catching here. Man, it's been a while since I've had my take profits get slipped. Have you ever heard of a take profit getting slipped? Man, those are the best trades. Those are the best kind of slippages. So I had that happen on 2 positions. Could have happened on the 3rd one too, to be fair, but I just closed it early and then it just completely dumped. That was from the video that we sent out yesterday. You know, there's this video over here. I think it was a pretty good video. It was a raw video as well, just to show you like how important timing is in the market. Like, you know, that trade that I took, I literally just came onto the charts because that's when we're expecting the moves. What is this? You call it a sell? Oh, we got some buys and sells. Clean on the 1 minute time frame. I would say like this would be me done for the day here. You know, you got the buy distribution and you got the sell. Insane. Okay, so that was the range that you filled up to the left hand side down towards support, and that was the first buy over here. You came in later. Man, look at that exit though. Look at that exit. Sniper exit. Pushed up, and then obviously got some more sniper exits down over there. Awesome. And the market is not even trending yet. But we're just about to. Very soon. I reckon it's waiting. It's gonna wait for the new hourly. Because if you look at it from an hourly perspective, you have like pretty nice range over here. But you can ignore that small little support that's been formed. Let's go on the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour looks better. Clean range. Down towards here, but if you can get through that small little minor hourly support, then you know it's basically like the same thing. And it would be like candlestick closing below support area over here. Beautiful liquidity grab confluence to re-break the previous daily lows, and then just to dump, to melt, correcting that 4 hour range on the left hand side. Because, you know, like the buyers have not yet proven to you today that they want to really come into the market. Let's clean up this analysis. See on the 5 minute, can we take anything? No. Hope it doesn't flirt around here for too long though. I'm so eager for to be back in September. These last few months of the rest of the year are gonna be crazy. September, October, November, December. This is gonna be really good. I'm anticipating them to be really good months. Like, especially for, you know, people who are holding stuff like Bitcoin and maybe they haven't had like the action yet that they wanted to see for the year. They got their last chance here for the rate cuts on the dollar. That's like the main event. That's like literally the last thing of the year. So it's gonna be, you know, we're getting closer and closer towards the end of the year. So probabilities are going up that each of these months are gonna give us a rate cut. I mean, like, I want to take a sell, like, even right now, if we break below maybe some kind of supports here. But that's why I don't want it to, like, flirt around this area for too long. Because, you know, we're about to get the hourly open in 5 minutes. And, you know, if it prints a setup here, it could be a bit sketchy. You know, it's at the bottom of the range. It's at the bottom of the range over here. So I really just want to see us get through this level of support by 33.26. because you know it could still bounce. That's the thing with gold. Remember, we've already been here once before, and then price bounced all the way back upwards. So I don't want to see it just bounce back up and then get stuck in this sideways movement. Bearish on Goldie. I think if there's anything I'm taking, it definitely got to be sells. What do you guys think? Are you guys bullish or bearish in the chat? I don't know, maybe some of y'all are bearish. I'm bullish. Maybe you see something over here. Maybe there's something that I don't see. You know, maybe you're looking at a support area. You're expecting price to respect that support area. Oh, look at this. Volume's coming in. This is what I want to see. Come on, push it. Push it down. Push it downtown. You know, I'm just trying to be a bit cautious here because there's definitely a shock in the water. Look at this wick. Look at this crazy wick over here. So I'm trying to avoid this on the lower time frame. You know, he's showing it to us here on the HTF. But we want to be careful on the LTF now. It's could have been one right here. For example, this is something I'm talking about. Like where you're going to get like a strong wick like this. Something similar like this. That's what I want to avoid before move down. So I want to see us at least get the new hourly open, create the hourly highs first, and then move down. I'm Powellish. You know, if you play with sharks, you know what they say. Play dumb games, win dumb prices. Or play stupid games, win stupid prices. I saw a video of a guy like yesterday who was like playing with a lemon shark. He was trying to take a picture of the lemon shark. And then lemon shark bit his leg. Like, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, my friend. So yeah, let's see. Let's see if price can dump it. No range to sell though. Where does it go? Oh, it's gonna have to go somewhere. I mean, if you think about where does price go when it goes anywhere, it just goes through those levels, right? It's gonna create that structure for you. So you see on the left hand side, there's no range, but because we're taking this trade based off of like a daily bias, that price can continue moving down, and it's gonna be based off of volume entry, a volume based entry, correct? So it's gonna create that range so it can keep moving down. So, you know, it's going to come down like this, and then maybe it's going to go up. Then that's going to become the new range, and then it's going to continue slowly but surely moving down. That's what price usually does when it's trading in areas of no range on the left-hand side. But it also depends on your kind of entry, you know. Like, does your entry require you to have that range? I think that's also quite an important question to ask yourself. I also love this to be setting up a bit more, but let me see, 24.3. I want to see how price is going to react. Because it could give me a really nice reaction here. That's the new hourly open. See, that's what we're trying to avoid. That little potential shark. Let's see if candlesticks just start to reflip. This is a new hourly highs being formed. Because it's at the bottom of the range, you know. That's the thing. It's not yet committed. It's not yet giving us a commitment that it wants to move down. That's why I said it could still bounce between. It could still bounce between support and that new resistance. That's the key thing. Because that's what we did here previously. So let's see, hourly candle, you know, we could still be creating hourly highs. I see the previous hourly has broken below support by 33.28. So I want to see this create some hourly highs and then reflip, break the lows, and start moving down again. But remember what we said, chat, about being patient? Remember how we said how fast price moved up here like in 30 minutes? Look, it was literally the same thing that I mentioned before. So this is how the market gets you. It's like, it can move and it can give you what you wanted, but you just have to be okay with sitting on your hands, because when it's all the way up over here, maybe for you, you're still feeling like, you know, that's taking too long, especially on other days when it's just consolidating. But it only takes the market to decide to move, then it can give you what you're waiting for. Edgar, thank you for the sub. It's breaking the highs. It's attempting to distribute this area here. And rightfully so, I suppose. You know, like price had already moved down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bearish candlesticks in a row down towards support after breaking these lows on that candle. So while you, I guess you'd be seeing is profit taking happening from players over here. But they're sitting really nice, you know. You got some profit taking. Maybe they don't secure all their profits and they leave that running potential to the downside with that little 1 hour liquidity grab confluence. So it could just be like a smaller retracement and then maybe market can continue to push downwards. That's why I'm waiting to see. Maybe these buyers, whoever might be getting to buys here, if they can get faked out. I'm using SMC and we're in a 5-minute order block. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could look at it 5-minute order block. Then you're gonna see like, then you know this is a perfect stream for you then. Because if you're looking at 5-minute order blocks, then you can see how other players look at markets. It's always good to know how other players look at markets. It's not good to be, to just only see like in one dimension as just like an order block. But if you can understand different perspectives, it doesn't mean you have to change your trading style, but it just makes you more of like a mature trader. So you can think a bit like it definitely helps you. I don't even know how to explain, chat, but it definitely helps you. It helps your edge. Because, you know, some certain key setups you're going to see, they're going to look so beautiful, like with the confluences and everything. And you can just see the psychology of the way candlesticks are printing themselves. But yeah, we're going to wait and see now. We're going to wait for... Hopefully, I want to see this. You remember I was talking about that long wick? That long wick that we're trying to avoid for a sell continuation. Because, you know, sometimes when the market wants to move down, it creates like these little fake outs. It'll take you out first and then continue to come down. So this could be that long wick that we mentioned. You know, if that 5-minute, if that 5-minute candlestick was to reflip, but you see in the last 15 seconds here, it's starting pushing up again. This if like, you know, SMAs can hold, then just get this thing completely tank. Calm down a bit more. Even create some kind of a resistance over here. Kind of resistance. Boom. Boom. And then take out these lows. Because, you know, we got some orders sitting underneath here too. You got some previous buyers sitting here. You got some sell stops sitting over here for higher time frame continuation to the downside. So we could definitely expect like some kind of like really nice reaction once we get down towards these lows. Look, do you have a massage gun for after gym? I've stolen my wife's one and it's gloriously magnificent. That sounds nice. Yeah, I don't have one, but it actually sounds quite nice. Man, one thing I've noticed, I got like a mild pain on my shoulder. It's so weird. Like I can still lift the weight. It doesn't hurt too much, but it's kind of like discomfort. It's mild discomfort. Don't know what that is. I guess it might be normal. Anybody who seriously gyms here, who knows that feeling? Is that a normal thing? Like I can still lift the weights and do my exercises, but definitely like a mild discomfort, especially on my right shoulder. I'm assuming it's a normal thing. You know, it's like how if you're an athlete, sometimes, you know, athletes always have like mild discomforts, but it doesn't necessarily hinder their performance. Some of them wear like some supportive gear, but it's nothing too serious. Yeah, it's normal. Because I remember when I used to play basketball, I used to have those like I don't know what you call them, but they kind of like support, they hold your muscle, so it's more comfortable. It can be a sign of overtraining. Just stretch it a lot and listen to your body. Yeah, I think that's it. Just listen to your body. Just be careful. Man, the worst thing is like when it puts you out of the game and then you have to miss like, you know, a couple of weeks and that sort of thing. That's the thing that you want to try and avoid. Or I'm trying to avoid. After what gym session did you get that mild pain? Push pull shoulders? I'm not sure. It's just a gradual thing. It's just kind of like lurking. It's just been lurking there. Not specifically after any exercise. I think we should be good, guys. Down 0.33%. Could this be the liquidity grab here? Could this be the liquidity grab? Could we see gold for Freaky Friday melt off? What's that? Ice bath after gym will help. I used to do ice baths on my head. But man, I stopped doing that. I think like I just like warm showers too much to give it up for ice bathing. But yeah, I mean like people do ice baths, just insane. I try to do it, but sheesh, nothing beats a hot shower. You know, nothing beats a hot shower. Even I don't know what benefits really ice bath gives you, like if it's gonna be that extreme, but yeah, it's not a life or death type of thing. So hot shower all the way, guys. Resistance too strong. It's nice for your hair, because I got mixed race hair. Like my hair is kind of curly, you know, so it's nice. Like cold water is good for that type of hair. I think maybe in hair in general, actually, because warm water just opens up the hair a bit more. So when you go to like humid areas, your hair kind of looks harder to manage. Yeah, I'm waiting for price to come down. Come on, can we re-break these lows? But I don't think I'm gonna take it off the rip. I'm probably gonna wait for price to first break and then consolidate and then continue to break. See you next week. See you, Anna. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, bro, cold shower is absolutely amazing and recharges your immune system. I don't doubt it. Man, price is flirting. It's been flirting with this area. It knows it wants to break. But it's thinking to itself, what about, but we have Powell speaking later. And we got Trump speaking later. I'm not sure what direction this should be moving market, because like I would assume Powell speaking is going to... Oh, okay, my bad. See you next week, Rick. I thought you just misspelled Vic. Okay, so Ricardo, going to be a good trader and leave after I said I'm done for the day. I wish you all a great trading day and a great weekend. Next week I'll pop up Zoom. Okay, see you, Ricardo. Yeah, I was saying like this is like Powell speaking should actually make price on gold move up. That's what I would be expecting because of the rate cuts, right? And then we have Trump speaking. So I don't know what he's speaking about. Go on his website now. His roll call. Does it say anything? No, it doesn't say anything. Oval Office, White House press pool. That's what it is. At 12 p.m. he's gonna be at the Oval Office for a White House press pool. Yeah, so that's not super clear what that's gonna be about. So I'm just trying to listen to the markets. Or the technicals for now. Because if prices also move up, you know, we should be moving up already. Why is it moving down? Gold futures fall, though they remain broadly range bound as traders ease back expectations for imminent US interest rate cuts. Okay, it's starting to calm down. We just need to get through that level over there. And then we can potentially see gold sell off up until pre-New York. See, gold extended its recent losses to around 33.30 per ounce on Friday, holding within a tight range as traders avoid... You see, as traders avoided major moves ahead of Fed Chair Powell's remarks at Jackson Hole, which may offer signals on the US policy outlook. That's the thing, like, is price gonna range? Is it gonna trend? But you know, it's moving like it's not ranging though. It's about to move like that. Investors still see the possibility of policy easing in September, with markets pricing in a 75% chance of a quarter-point cut. Let's see, geopolitical front, hopes for potential Russia-Ukraine peace deal. This has been the main thing driving price on gold down, is this peace deal. As reports said, Russia launched its largest drone and missile attack on Ukraine in more than a month, and Moscow accused Kyiv of rejecting a prospect of a lasting and fair settlement. You see how it's contemplating here, chap. Look at the way the wicks are forming here. There's a lot of like... There's a big decision to be made here. There's a big decision to be made here. Notice how the candlesticks are also respecting the previous lows. Because it's more range bound, if anything. If now you see it's basically doing another shotgun. It's basically doing another potential shotgun here. Same thing that happened over here. Same thing that's happening right over here. And then it might just come back up. It breaks those highs and then it might just come back up. But that's not what I want. I don't want a range bound market. I hate trading gold during London session when it's range bound like this. All right, so that's starting to look quite interesting now. Wait, let me see from here. Let me just measure this out as a potential. Okay. See, what are we going to be trading at? 0.35 right now. All right, so this is a potential move that I'm looking at here, guys. Break of the lows and then for price to melt off. Because what I think it is, if this is most likely going to be the move over here. Because if it breaks now, there's a better chance of getting a push from here than now to wait for it to first break and then create structure. Because at that point, it's probably going to be a higher chance it's going to be in a distribution. It's going to be in a distribution at that point. You see, that's a fake out that I'm looking at here as a confluence. So notice this, we broke above the highs. Candlestick is starting to rip downwards. These are the buyers I'm trying to take out and then get into the sell-off, which is also going to be the daily continuation to the downside. Because I think the stop loss would make sense because, you know, if prices to move up, it has no business really breaking these lows. You know, it's already created a range over here. And if it breaks these lows, then it's most likely expecting a much bigger push downwards. And if that does not happen and it comes back upwards, that for me will just mean that gold stays range bound and we end up respecting this area here and bounce between the zones until Powell speaks today. You know, that's going to be until the New York time. That's what I would be expecting at that point. So I think it's really worth a shot. Because if there's going to be a move, there's going to be an impulsive sell, I think this is where it's coming up from. Hey, Papa Marcelo. Hello, hello. Marcelo. Hey, it's been a while. Welcome back to the stream, sir. How to trade an Asian session or which pairs? Oh, you gotta trade pairs like, you know, you could trade GJ. GJ is a good pair to trade during the Asia session. Heck, even gold. Gold has been moving a lot during the Asia session. Just look back, back test the pairs that you're interested in and then, you know, put on your kill zones. And then with your kill zones, you can see how the Asia has been operating for the instrument that you want to trade. Yeah, very big decision here to be made. Come on, Goldie. See if there's any more liquidity grab confluences on the 1 minute. Yeah, I was off the road for a while. I sold every stuck stuck shits, and I tried to start clean with my capital left. Oh, right. Your stack trades. I remember those. Okay, yeah, I think that was a smart idea. Finally get rid of those stacked positions. Those are the worst. Holding off the HTF like that. Especially with what we're expecting, right? And especially if you're hedging and you're expecting price on gold to move up with the rate cuts. Not gonna be good. Will I stream when Powell speaks? No. I'm not gonna be streaming when Powell speaks. Let the man speak. What can I do if he speaks? Nothing. Only if I want to trade gold, like if I want to gamble on news, then I'm going to watch him speak. All right, chat. So if it breaks these lows, you know, I am expecting like a strong push. We've been flirting with this area a bit too long now. So that should be the confirmation. What time is it? 4:20. Nice. 4:20. Nice. So do we need to sell gold when he starts to speak, or what we need to do? No, you don't need to sell gold when he speaks. You should actually not be trading when he speaks, because that's gambling. Because it's like, it's really volatile, you know. All right, we're coming in hot. This candle is going to be the one that breaks, guys. All right, so I took my sell over here, expecting that we can continue to push down. That's going to be my trade for Freaky Friday. And that's it. Yep. Let's see what it'll break here. 15-minute. I got 6 minutes, 20 seconds for 15-minute close. See, 30-minute. 30-minute broke those lows quite nicely. Still haven't completely gotten through the daily. That previous daily wick over there. Just kind of wild to see that this candle and that, you know, it's not over until it's over, but it's still kind of wild to see this candlestick break here, retest this area so many times and still not be able to break the previous lows. It should have only pushed down 2 more pips, but instead it moved the opposite way, 25 pips. Yeah, now we're waiting to see if this can hold. That little 8 SMA and those highs over there, because those are the hourly highs. We're starting to re-break previous hourly lows, expecting that since we've already created the hourly highs, that price would continue to move down. You know, and then we had the previous hourly candlestick as well, close below support, so we can get through this little wick level over here. So yeah, now this just becomes a waiting game, but man, that's already looking kind of nasty. And that's why I mean, if this did not play through at this point, then it's just going to be range bound. That's what I would be expecting. So price is just going to stay in the gulag. But yeah, let's see if we can follow through, because it's already shown some kind of lows being created over here. It's already shown some kind of momentum shift. So sometimes what happens is also this could be a lot of psychology work. That price just puts it in drawdown like this and then continues to move down later. So let's see if the 5-minute can get through again. That little 5-minute SMA over there too. Break below it. See on the 1-minute, how did that look? Yeah, it looks brutal. It just quickly swept this area over here. Look at that 1-minute candlestick. No bottom wick on there. No bottom wick, just ripped up. Now I wait, because my stop loss is above structure. And if that structure breaks, then the sells are just not valid anymore. I'd have at least liked to see that first liquidity grab over there. At least protect the position. Man, crazy Goldie, you really gonna do this? Holy. Okay. Okay. Then it looks like we're just ranging, guys. That's wild. What the hell? It literally already did a fake out right up above here. It literally did a fake out right above here. It could have already started moving up if it wanted to move up. And it took out the sellers. Man, insane. I can't believe it. Creating a topic on the 5-minute? Yeah, I hope so. But this was now just a fakie on both directions. Crazy. I think that's what it wanted to do though. Because there's quite an important area down over there. So I wanted to like maybe take out a few more orders in here before candlestick started to move up again. Yeah, look at that 1 minute. It just pulled up like no bottom wick even. Wow. This is a 1 minute. The consolidation. This was a sell on gold 4:22 a.m. 4:22 a.m. We gotta put that over there. And that's a Freaky Friday trade. Man, these are the wicks. Remember we were talking about these wicks that we're trying to avoid? But I guess if there's a shock in the water, there's a shock in the water. Now it's breaking above these highs and pulling down quite aggressively. Insane, man. Look at these wicks. Yeah. Hey, Victor Sim, thank you for the sub. What RR do you usually use? Seems like you always have big SL. On average, I think it averages out to like 1-to-1, but to be honest, I focus more on percentage gains. Powell speak is 80% bearish for gold today. Market already sensing that. Yeah, you know, and that's kind of like, I'm just trying to trade what the market's been doing all day. So far, we've been seeing more sellers in the market than we are seeing buyers. But it looks like we got caught in some choppiness because the PA was really clean during London Open over here. There's a very nice buy situation, very nice sell situation. And looks like I just got caught in some choppiness. Some wicks and stuff getting formed over here. As you can see, if you look at the PA and look at the way the wicks are forming, sometimes you just get caught in these choppy situations. You know, it is what it is. On to the next one. Waiting for closure below 33.26 for continued sells. Yeah, I think like, you know, usually when something like this happens to me, I just come back the next session. Because if we were meant to move, we already meant to move. Rapid fire. Look at this 15-minute candle. I think the reason it pulled up so heavily as well is because the 15-minute was closing. You had the 15-minute close and you had the 30-minute close. Because usually the candlesticks, the closure, as I said, like is usually more important. So it could come down here in the last 1 minute and then still do what it needed to do, but still close bullish like it wanted to. Damn. And then these trades play out. And then usually these trades are always playing out when you're in the range, when it's just moving sideways as well. This was exactly like, when was it? Last week, Thursday. Like, price was just ranging and you had this really nice clean moves within the ranges. Oh well. Now we're gonna see what price does. It still has room here, like how many more pips this is. If it moves up, it's like 40 pips. And then this is it. This is just gonna be the PA for the rest of the day. If that's gonna be the case, up until Powell speaks. See what we have next week. Pound bank holiday. Tuesday, what else we got? USD, some couple orange folders, nothing too important. Don't have anything on Wednesday. Thursday, unemployment claims. I mean, for the most part, next week actually looks pretty good as well. Because we don't have any talks. Core PCE, Friday. Man, was really looking forward to that. That would have been such a nice sell-off. I was really looking forward to that one. I can't believe we're just gradually pushing a couple of pips each time we come down towards breaking the previous daily lows. We still need to take these guys out here. Still got about 1.9, not even 2 pips. We're like 1.9 pips. So close. If we broke those lows, man, price could just continue to fill some of this area here off the daily. And that 4-hour range as well, down towards like 33.15. Selling gold when Powell starts speaking his money. I want to catch the after effect of when he speaks today, and then see how the markets are going to be on Monday. Because if he actually pushes price down heavily, then yeah, on Monday that's going to create some really nice trends. Let's see. Powell pushed price down today. On Monday, we can expect that market will go up. Okay, so the fundamentals currently say that people are kind of, the Fed officials are lukewarm on the September rate cut. So, you know, there's still a higher probability on those September rate cuts. The weird thing is like price is doing the opposite. Instead of moving up, it's moving down. It's kind of strange. And I think that's mainly due to the fact that for some reason, maybe people don't believe Powell will cut the rates in September because of just the way his stance has been all year round. He's been very patient with his rate cuts. And I also didn't expect him to be, I wouldn't have expected him to do it in September. But we'll see what he says. Based off of the jobs data and the change in probabilities. I think that's gonna be the most important thing. But for me personally, I thought he'd do it in like October. So this is quite interesting. Officials are lukewarm on the September rate cut. You know, that probability moved all the way from like I think 90% down to like 73%. So yeah, I mean, see, two-sided risks. There's a lot of back and forth going on. I believe like maybe the reason it's not breaking those previous daily lows is because that's going to be a big move, and the market is kind of more range bound, and there's probably a little bit more risk off for bigger moves like that. That's the only way I can make sense of it. Or if it's just a probability of a losing trade. That could also just be it. It's a probability thing. But if I really want to make sense of it, I think it's also just going in line with the previous fundamental that we saw, with there being a bit of risk off with ranging markets currently. Because that area I'm looking for the sell, that's going to be a big push, because that's going to be a higher time frame move. Part of me was thinking to wait for the daily to break, that daily wick. But at the same time, I'm pretty confident about the way the setup here was forming. It was really nice. Because I've seen price like this, like a range right next to a key level, and then just break that level. I feel a liquidity grab to 32.50 and then keep moving bullish. Let's see, 30, 32.50. Bro, you know, the thing is, like, we've already had the liquidity grab up towards even 33.35. That was the whole idea, you know. This is the whole idea behind this. Behind this hourly candlestick. So the whole time I was like, okay, so, you know, we've gotten the hourly liquidity grab. We've got a candlestick close below support. We're flirting with the previous daily lows. We're finally starting to break the previous candle wicks that we were respecting. I'm like, man, surely we're going to take that one out. You know, and then we got some icing on the cake here, which was on the 5-minute. The 5-minute candle, like closing above structure like this, and then not moving upwards. I'm like, these are buyers trapped in the market. If you get a candle, because normally when it's a fake out, it's also like straight candlestick going in the opposite direction, right? So it's like, man, this is it. This is it right over here. Let's freaking go. And it breaks the lows and then completely does the opposite. So yeah, at that point, you know, that's what it is. It's just like, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait till the next session, because this could be a shark in here. And if you try a back-to-back trade, you're gonna have a higher probability of another losing trade within this region. So the market still needs to make up its mind. And I still believe it's looking at this area. It's considering that zone. It's just not breaking it. You know, the thing is, like, it doesn't even have to follow through. It just needs to give a good push. A good push. And then it was gradually, you know, on days like this, sometimes we see this happen. It could give like a pretty decent push, but then gradually come back into the range. As it now waits for Powell to speak during the New York session. Let's see, it's just a wait game. Buyers are getting weaker. Yeah, it could be. We're gonna see how it progresses here. I'm assuming it's shaking them out. I'm assuming it's shaking the sellers out. It's shaking the sellers from the HTF time frame, and it's starting to do it on the lower time frames. It could just be shaking them out. This will also form like a beautiful little head and shoulders in here too. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then just completely melt. Nice little SMA holding it as well within that region. It's definitely a waiting game. You can see it here on the 5-minute a bit better too. Yeah, but when it moves, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be like it's basically the same thing that happens in situation like this. You see, like yesterday, we took these sells over here, and price was first of all shaking them out. Sometimes the market likes to shake people out. So you see that little accumulation? Notice this wick over here? Then you ask yourself, why does this wick have to exist before this happens? You know, does that even make any sense? Why would that wick have to exist before this move happened? And that's what I used as confluence for my sells yesterday. And today I was using confluence for the sells based off that hourly wick and then the 5-minute closing a new higher high and then rejecting. So it's the same idea. It's just a different day, different environment. And I guess we got Powell speaking later. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. And it's the same thing again what happened on, what was it, like Tuesday? Yeah, no, this was Wednesday. You see what I mean? Like if you have markets shake, it's like shaking. You can think of accumulation like a shaking. It's gonna shake the traders and then you're gonna see that little wick over here. So you ask yourself again, why this wick? You know, mind you, this has been like a characteristic of the market so far this week, you know. That's why I'm showing you the examples from this week leading up into NY Open over here, which is red. So you gotta ask yourself, why have that wick if price wanted to move upwards? You know, what's the difference? This is the same example as what happened here. And it's what I thought, you know, was gonna happen over here today. But we gotta just be patient now, I guess. Quite interested to see what's gonna happen though next time it comes down here. Where they can actually break again and then pull back upwards. That would just be nasty. Nasty price action. Powell says he sees no reason to cut rates according to current data. Well, definitely we gotta see what he has to say. Because there's a lot of speculation right now. Higher rates typically lower the appeal of non-yielding bullion. The thing is, man, I'm sure there's gonna be such a good move today. I would have already liked to have a Freaky Friday already kick off right now. But there's gonna be a good move today. I have a feeling there's gonna be a good move today. Maybe the move might come in line with the Powell talking. But the issue is we also have Trump speaking. So how's that gonna work? There's gonna be a good move today. Just mainly because of those folders. Kind of hoping we can catch it now. Like catch something like this to happen right over here. Dump it. If we break, we melt. Come on, dump it. I mean, it's such a good time to melt as well. It's like 4:46 a.m. Eastern. It's a pretty potent time to be melting. Still got about 12 minutes 38 what's that, 12 minutes 30 seconds for the hourly candlestick to close. Man, look at the way it's deciding. Like, you can literally feel that bit of indecision in the market here right now. Knows it wants to melt. What's that? Sitting on my hands and eating for the set, waiting for the setup to come. Creechy, thank you for the sub. It has still not yet filled all that move on 25th of August. Yeah, I would say as far as this session is concerned, that's definitely going to be the key point over here. That 25th of August wick that was formed is still by 33.25. That's wick breaks are really important. They're really important. It can become like 0.5 pips and not break the wick. But you see, the thing is, this was not my entry confirmation wick. This would have been like a safer wick, but it's not my entry confirmation wick. Yeah, usually when this happens to me and I'm not streaming, I just go and do something else. Because this is not good. It's not good to... You know, the problem with like when you take a trade like this and you're really expecting it to do something, the longer you're on the charts, the more you kind of force yourself into taking the next position. And that's how you usually get more of these sort of like back-to-back. If you ever see yourself taking more back-to-back losses, for example, that could be a reason. Is you're just hanging around too long. It's like you're hanging around somewhere that that you don't feel like invited. You know what I mean? So that's never a good thing. We should just move over to the next thing over there now. Then it just plays this ranges. Would have been fun. We haven't gotten a freaking Friday Bomber Clot during the London session in I can't remember how long. So I was really anticipating today could have been at least a day for some kind of push. And most of these continuations are really coming in during the New York time. It's a cheeky little pre-NY. Price slowing down nearing the end of the 4-hour closure. Oh yeah, we do got 4-hour closure in about 1 hour 7 minutes. One hour 7 minutes. I think check sells are still relevant. Check the 1 hour. Yeah, they're still relevant. That's just what I'm waiting to see. If price is just gonna move down, they're still relevant. The problem is, you know, it's just your entry. It's just an entry which is, which now determines if you're gonna cash the move. You know, because you have to execute, right? Eventually, you gotta take a trade. So because I'm on the chart right now, this would have been the trade. Looking back in hindsight, I would say, okay, maybe wait for the daily to break. You know, but still, it's a bit wild that we came here so many times to not break the daily by like 1.9 pips. That is still, it's still like, I'm still digesting that. Because, man, that has not happened in a minute. Like, this thing wants to go down. But it seems like it's shaking. It's trying to shake off some traders. You know, at least for now. Looking at it now, it wants to go down. You know, the problem with hindsight's 50-50. So if it doesn't move down, you might trick yourself psychologically for a reason why you think you would not have taken the sell and instead of taking the buys. You know, because hindsight is 50-50. But that's all you can do in trading. You can only make the best possible decision you can do at that very moment. You know, otherwise you're always going to be thinking you could have done something else. But, you know, in reality, when you're forward testing and you got a strategy, you know, maybe there was nothing you could have really done. So now you just gotta like accept this and then see. If you still have not taken a trade, I would still be waiting to see if price can break at least below these lows again by 33.25 this time. At least get a proper break of the previous daily lows, because it's accumulating massively over here. The range just extended basically. You know, so instead of this one, this is a minor one right here. It has extended and it's made a much bigger consolidation. So it could still be gearing up, still getting those orders to break below support. Problem is I'm out of ammo. You know, I can't fight the 7. I could technically, but if you follow your rules, man, like you can't do nothing. Some people like to give trades second chances. I could give a second chance, but not now. It's like about to be a new hourly candlestick. Second chance would come again pre-New York. But yeah, we're gonna see if price can at least break below those daily lows. I would say that would make the most sense. Do you expect gold to rally if Powell indicates no reason to cut rates? Yeah, like if he indicates no reason to cut rates, then gold will move down. It will push bearish. And actually, that's what people think that Powell is going to say. A lot of us want those rate cuts. Trump wants those rate cuts. You know, we all want them. There's a lot of exuberance towards rate cuts. But if we just consider Powell's behavior this whole year, is still leaning more towards like postponing. Because it's taking into account, you know, like Trump is meeting with Putin and getting these European leaders coming together, he's taking into account so many other factors than just the rate cuts. And with Trump being so volatile and unpredictable, for Powell doing his job right, it makes more sense for him to be patient and to see what's going to happen next with the US economy based on, Trump's policy changes and, how he is. So I think that's the main thing. I mean, if you look at it, there's a clear feud between Powell and Trump. Like, you can see it, right? We all want him to cut the rates, but Powell is trying to take it as slow as possible. And I think that's pretty good. Like, he has risk off. And I guess that's why, even though we have such a high probability, here if you go on the Fed watch for rate cuts, even though you can still sense the kind of, as they say, lukewarm. Fed officials are lukewarm because at the end of the day, Powell is a guy. The Feds might all want those rate cuts, but at the end of the day, Powell is a guy. And it's just about reading his behavior. See, that's why this has also been gradually coming down. And I think Powell is going to be in office until next year, sometime next year. So, this guy gives two shits what anybody thinks, man. Like, if the US economy is not ready for a rate cut, he's most likely not going to budge. That's one thing I like about Powell. He's true to himself. He seems like a guy who's like quite true to himself when it comes to these decisions that he takes, which is, part of the job that he's been put to do, that is supposed to be working outside of influence of government and president and, that sort of thing. So I think he does his job pretty well. And that's why the market's kind of like, yeah, the jobs data is saying this, but this guy's, saying something else. Body language is important. Like, if you see those talks, people usually analyze everything from body language to vocal frequencies. It goes quite deep. So we're gonna wait and see. Price is already coming down. We're already down 0.30%. So I assume he's not gonna be saying much about the rate cuts, and the market's kind of like pricing that in for a sell-off. So I'm just trying to see based off the technicals, because when we start talking about fundamentals, there's a lot of like assuming, but they can't hide it in the technicals. Because if price is moving down and big money is pushing it, then obviously that's gonna be the sign of what to expect. Oh, what effect do we think would happen to gold? Oh, if Powell resigned today? If he resigned today, I think gold would skyrocket up because Trump's going to put a puppet in there. Trump's going to put his puppet in there. One that he can control this time. He put Powell in and he couldn't really control Powell. So now he's going to put somebody else. Somebody who's weaker. That's the whole idea. When you're playing government, you gotta put people that you're gonna control in high positions. It happens, like it happens in Western countries, it happens in third world countries. But in third world countries, they put their family members in high power positions. So you gotta have your brother as the guy in charge of this, and you got your sisters in charge of that, your cousin is in charge of this. But it's the same playbook. Do. Thanks for the 100 likes. Appreciate it. That's how corruption starts. Yep. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna see what the old man has to say today. As much as we can sit here and speculate all day, you know, we're not gonna get an answer until he gives us the answer. So let the man speak. Good evening, everybody. Then gold dumps. Fetch your Powell. Hey, damn, that's... Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be waiting to gamble on this. Especially if it ranges like this. You know, if gold holds this range up until that New York time, then you're gonna imagine that the move would be anticipated to be quite a big move. Because market's not trending anymore. It's 0.25%. A lot of full margin roulette players today. Oh yes. Oh, here's the guy calling me now. Alright guys, I gotta head out now. Duty calls. I will see you all next week for London Open. Take care. Don't overtrade. Remember, we got Powell speaking today. This is the range that you have to deal with. So if we're not breaking 33.25, then I guess we're just not trending on the day. So if you're still confused about what direction the market's heading, it's moving sideways. You know, it's moving sideways until we break 33.25, and then you're gonna start to see maybe potential for a sell. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because it could have a similar situation like what we saw on Wednesday, where markets were just ranging like this. And then once you start getting that confirmation of momentum, don't try be a smartass, because, you know, price can just keep moving up like that. Or in this case, it can just keep moving down with volume. So I would say really just stick in the direction of what you see the market is going to be doing here today. So, you know, just be patient, wait for those confirmations. Take care, everybody, and see you on the next one.
Pull up in the whip, FaceTime like a grip. Told me now we bout to dip.